This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 5600 Ostin Avenue, Woodland Hills, California, 91367. Today is August 26, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just to the left of the front door in the planter area. And it does appear that we do have a two-way, which appears to be a two-way bullhorn cleanout at the front of the front here on the left hand side in the plant area. And this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout here, and just behind it, next to it there is another 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout, and that's heading towards the house. So what we're going to do is we're going to zero out our camera monitor here at the top of the cleanout, and we're just going to drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. I'm going to make a little bit of a turn, and it does appear to be black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And as we continue to push out, come across to have a tie-in in this area here. And this tie here, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're just going to run a little bit of water in our kitchen and just possibly see if this is our tie-in from our kitchen. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, that is our kitchen area on the right hand side of the house. It does appear to have an add-on just above the garage area where they had built a second story, and there's a bathroom, full bathroom up at the top, and again our kitchen is on the right hand side. So we're going to go ahead and leave that water running, and we're just going to continue to push out. And again, it does appear that we're still in black ABS sewer pipe. So again, what we'll do is we'll just continue to push out. And what we'll do is once we get all the way out to our city sewer tie, we shut our water down, and then we'll pull back and take a good look. So again, we'll continue to push out. And as we push out, we're coming up to where it does appear that we're transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay. So again, we're going to go ahead and continue to push out, making our transition. And as we'll pull back just a little bit, it does appear that we do have what appears to be another tie-in in that area, or could possibly be the test tee right around our curb area. So again, what we'll do is we'll continue to push out, and then on the way back we'll pause for a moment, and once we get all our water shut down, we can flush a few more toilets to see if anything ties into that area. So again, we're just continuing to push out, and as you can see here, it does appear that we do have a major offset here. And pull back just a little bit. And push in. Again, this area here, you can see that we do have a fairly large offset in this area. This is at approximately 35 feet 2 inches on our camera monitor. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and again, it's just to the right of the walkway. I'm sorry, to the left of the walkway, in the grass area, just next to what appears to be an olive tree, and we did mark it with a red flag at approximately 3 foot 9 inches deep. And again, you can see that it's a fairly large offset there. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. We're going to push out slowly. And again, it does appear that we transition back to what appears to be black ABS sewer pipe, but again, we're just going to push out slowly. And then we'll get to our next joint, and we can take a good look at the joint and determine, but it does appear that we are transitioning into what appears to be black ABS, transition back into black ABS sewer pipe. And again, as we get into this area here, we'll pull back just a little bit. You can see we do make a drop, and right here at the drop we do have another fairly large offset in that joint as well. And you can see a little bit of the neoprene band exposed, a little bit of the gap there at the top of the joint. So what we're going to do is we're going to push in just a little bit, and we're going to mark this area. So we'll pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is at 5 foot 10 inches deep. And again, this is on the left hand side of the walkway next to the curb in the grass. We did mark it with a red flag. So again, we're going to continue to push out, pull back. Again, you can see another offset in that joint there from about the 4 o'clock area going all the way up and around to about the 10 o'clock. So we're just going to continue to push out slowly. What we'll do is we'll just utilize this water to possibly push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. Then we could shut it down. So we're just going to shake our camera a little bit and try to clean our camera lens. And we're just going to continue to push all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. And then from there we can pull back and take a good look. So again, we're going to continue to push out. We'll pause our mic here. And we'll make a little bit of a turn. What we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it is in the middle of our street. And we did mark this area with a red crayon at approximately 14 feet deep. It's a little deep in the middle of the street, so our locator is going all over the place, but we did identify it approximately 15 feet deep. So again, we're just going to go ahead and pull back slowly, just so we can take a good look at our saddle as we pull back. We'll make a little bit of a turn. We do have what appears to be an offset in our saddle. We do have a little more water running as well. We did shut our water down, but somebody appears to possibly flushing a toilet. You can see that you do have a fairly large offset in the saddle area, right around the 6 o'clock, going all the way up until around about the 9 or 10 o'clock area. So again, we'll just continue to pull back slowly. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And coming up on the next joint. And again, that joint there, a little bit of offset from about the 9 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we'll continue to pull back.
How's that side looking, guys? Anything?
Okay, again, as I mentioned, we did have an offset in that joint, so we're going to continue to pull back slowly. Again, offset in that joint from about the 9, going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock. So again, we'll just continue to pull back slowly. Just take a good look at these joints as we pull back. We did have two areas where we had some fairly large offsets, and that was as we came closer coming back towards the property. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. Again, that joint there, another offset in that joint there from about the 9 o'clock going around to about the 3 o'clock. But again, nothing major. And again, so we'll just continue to pull back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And we're coming up on the next joint. And this joint here, as we pull back, you can see that we do have fairly large offset in this joint here. You have an offset in the first joint from about the 5 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 11 o'clock area, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock area. And as we push in just a little bit, you can see that we have another fairly large offset. Pretty much a large offset, and it's very hard to determine, but it does appear to be possibly a gap. We're going to push in just a little bit just to see if we can get a little bit closer. Yeah, and again in this joint here you can see that we do have another fairly large offset in this joint as well. It does appear that the neoprene band is being exposed in that joint, and that is around the 6 o'clock going all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. So we're going to pull back just a little bit right about there, and we're going to pause here for a moment.
You still have water running?
Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, we did identify that area at approximately 9 feet, 11 inches deep, and we did mark it with a red flag. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back slowly. And again, you can still see the full face of the pipe there being shipped in that joint. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and we're pulling up. And as we pull up, we're going to pause here for a moment. So again, we did identify this area with the red flag, and this is next to our sidewalk. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. So again, we'll continue to pull back, and again, we did transition back into black ABS sewer pipe. So apparently they did approximately a 10-foot repair in this area. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And continue to pull back to the next joint.
It's floating nicely.
Okay, as we continue to pull back and we transition back into vitreous clay. And as you can see here, we do have a fairly large offset in this transition as well. And again, this was a section of vitreous clay that was repaired with black ABS sewer pipe. And unfortunately, the tie-ends were were either probably sank, or the neoprene bands, they didn't use the proper fittings, proper bands to secure the joints. So again, we're just going to pause our mic here for a moment. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, we did mark this area on our way out with a red flag to identify this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to push in just a little bit, push back in just a little bit right here, and we're going to pause here for a moment.
It might be his ex's engagement ring.
Okay, again, went ahead and ran some water on the right-hand side of the house, and everything still seems to be passing through from behind us. So this possibly could just be a fitting laying on its side. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, we transition back into black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we'll just continue to pull back.
I'll pay for this month and then, okay.
And we'll just continue to pull back. As we pull back, we did have a tie-in. And this is possibly coming from the upstairs unit in the kitchen area on the right-hand side of the house. What we'll do is we'll pull back to that point and possibly just pull back, and then what we'll do is we'll run our camera through the 4-inch. And you can see there's our tie-in there right around the 9 o'clock area. Push in just a little bit. Right there, you can see that's our tie-in there. And again, that is our tie-in from the right-hand side of the house, which again is probably the upstairs bedroom, laundry room, and also the kitchen area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And what we'll do is we'll pull back and up and out of our clean out, and then what we'll do is we'll relocate ourselves to a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out, which is possibly the branch line. Again, we'll just continue to pull back, and we'll come up and out of our clean out. And what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out, and it does appear to be possibly the branch line clean out here. And again, this is just to the left of the walkway in the planter area, in between the two white columns as you approach the front door. So again, this is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out, and again, for our branch line, this goes out towards the front of our property. And we're just going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here at the top, and we're just going to drop down and take a good look. So again, it does appear to be black ABS sewer pipe. Just going to push out slowly, and then we take a good look. And we're coming up on the first joint, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. And we'll continue to push out, and that joint appears to be in fair condition. We make a little bit of a turn, and we make another turn, and then we'll pull back just a little bit. And as you can see here, this push in just a hair. Okay, again, we went ahead and located it, and we did place a red flag just to identify the transition, the tie-in there. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And all the black ABS and the branch line all appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll just continue to pull back.
Get over here. Get over here.
Jeff Hayden.
My little lapdog.
Hey, how's it?
And again, as I mentioned, all the joints appear to be in fair and maintainable condition. So again, we'll continue to pull back.
Oh, are you at the entrance gate to the community, or are you at the gate to my old house?
And we're just
Are
going
you
to make a little
done?
bit of a
Down
turn.
1970 or
And we're going to come up and out of our clean out. And that will conclude our video sewer line inspection.